Hi everyone, this is a demonstration on how to use a cutting mat, ruler and scalpel to cut through some paper. Now I have a line that I've already cut on the edge of this. I want to cut a nice border around this text. Now I can measure how far up I would like to go, so I might start down this end. If I've got 3 centimeters there, I'm actually going to go 3 centimeters off this bottom section. But because I don't really have anywhere easy to go from, what I'm going to show you is a little neat trick about using a grid behind you. I could always measure another 3 centimeters on this side to try and get an equal mark. But if you have a cutting mat, what is quite nice is to be able to use this grid which sits behind. So I'm going to line up the bottom of my page along one of these bold lines. So I'm going to choose this line here. Now once I get this one exactly lined up along this line, it means that when I lay my ruler on, I can move it up to this point here, which is where I want to cut from, and then looking at the area above and below my ruler, I can use the grid lines to make sure that it is at right angles and is going in a nice straight line. If I wanted to, I could draw a line first so that I have that reference to then draw all my lines and check whether it is all good. But I am just going to go straight ahead and cut. This is a scalpel which has a cutting blade on here. Now the key parts of what we are looking at in terms of Health WH&S is I am holding the ruler on this side of the ruler. My fingers do not go over. My fingers are not at the top above of where I want to cut. I am concentrating on keeping this ruler nice and firm and fixed in the position. When I'm cutting with the blade, I go up to the blade, up to the ruler with the blade, and then running all the way down. Now you can see that I am running in the direction of the ruler. I'm not cutting towards my body or towards my hand at all. Everything is clear. The other thing you'll notice is the amount of pressure that I am applying. If I push super hard, there is a danger that the blade can snap, it can twist, it can buckle, it can slip. So the best thing to do is to keep your ruler still and just keep working your blade over the top. It can take multiple times to cut through. If I give a little pull on this paper, I can see that it's not come away yet. So I'm going to keep going. Another thing you might notice is that it will come away in parts. Now I've specifically got a bit of tape on here to show you that those thicker parts mean that they may need a little extra cutting. So I'm just going to keep cutting gently until the whole thing comes away. If I hadn't and I had lifted up my ruler and gone, oh no, it's still stuck, lining up your ruler again to where it lines up can be very difficult. So to get a nice clean cut, keep the ruler still until you have gone all the way through. So I could potentially now do the same thing, line up my 3 centimeter mark. Place the base of the paper along one of those lines and then use my ruler on the grid behind to get a perfectly right angle to the bottom, and it will be parallel to the other side. So again, pushing up to the ruler off the paper, dragging through with a firm pressure but not pressing super hard so it distorts where the ruler is cutting, and I'm cutting over and over again until the paper comes away comfortably. And that is how you can cut nice square edges and cut safely. So what I will be looking for in your work is that your position is set up. You are nice and firm holding the ruler, that your blade is on the right side of the ruler, and that you have a nice clear workspace that you can cut onto. If you don't have a cutting mat, then really I'm looking at how you're using the ruler and the knife and the boards. Just put it onto something underneath which will protect the surface that you're cutting on. Thank you very much.